afternoon, folks. It is, in fact, terrific Tuesday. My name is Jason. Look behind me, folks. Look at that beautiful sun sky out there. Oh, is it beautiful? Look at that. You can see the blue right there. Oh, it is so beautiful. It is actually -2 degrees, but it's that wonderful. Now, I tell you what, I've had a very upsetting and interesting set of events the last week and a half, and I'm smiling. No, I'm not nuts. No, I'm not crazy. In fact, I am unique and blessed. Because in spite of all the shit and caboodle that's been piled on me in the last week and a half, I just had a co-worker walk up to me and go, "Here you are, sir. I'd like to present this to you. You are a service hero." Now you say, "Well, what is that?" Well, that is a recognition brought on by someone within the company that recognizes my hard work and servitude. In spite of a certain group of people that say I'm lazy and, lazy, unorganized, immature, and lacking skill and leadership ability. So to that person, thank you very much. I know you're not watching this, but you know what? I'm just putting that word out there because I appreciate it. And that was right in the middle of I'll talk about that conversation later. So, my dad always says, you got to keep praying about favor. You got to pray about favor. And, because I was looking, I go, okay, well, how do I got to handle this situation? So at lunchtime, I'm going, God, how do I do this? And I heard these words, be still and know that I am God. Now, a lot of people misread that. And you may wonder, how in the world did you read that? Be still and know that I'm God. How people misread that is they take it in the literal sense. Be still, know that I'm God. Okay, 2 separate sentences there. Actually, the correct translation on that is do not worry, do not fear, I am God. It does not actually say to stand still, don't do anything, and let the world fly by you. So that is, in this whole situation, is what I decided to do. I've been proactive, been searching, been checking avenues. And in spite of everything, I still do my job. The best way you can describe it is there's a comedian, he was talking about, how him and his brother were such little hellions when they were kids, and those were his words. And his mom and just, when mama had enough, she said, "What are you doing?" And the phone rang. "Hello, how's it going?" It's kind of not that mentality, but that's how I handle my job at work. It's like you hear that guest voice, or you see that guest, or you see someone in need of help, and you go, you could be peeved at the world, ready to quit your job, and you just, how can I help you? And I've learned to do that over the years. I've had to. Otherwise, I've been, but anyways. So, not when the world throws you tomatoes, but like in this situation, when the world literally throws horseshit at you, and I know I'm using cuss words here. Don't worry, I'm not swearing. But, something else I've learned over the years, and again, from my dad. And no, I'm not throwing my dad at this, but if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it probably is a duck, so. Touche. But anyways, as I was saying, this kind of goes along that whole mentality that always being proactive, level-headed as possible, not quick to anger, although sometimes that is very hard to do. And but anyways, that was not what I was going to talk with you about today. what I had planned to talk with you about today is the apparent controversy over the Super Bowl. And I'm not talking about the spanking that the Broncos got or that, the quote-unquote rigged game. No, I am talking about a very simplistic tribute. Now, this tribute in particular is not the Budweiser one, but the Coca-Cola one. And you can go, what? There's controversy there? Yes, there is controversy there in the fact that a patriotic song, "Oh Beautiful, Oh Spacious Skies, God Bless America, America the Beautiful," because it's been known by those different names. The fact that it was sang in another language by an American citizen was offensive. The song, for those of you who have not seen the video or the commercial, starts out in English, ends in English. I don't remember all the languages that are used, but I know there was German, Danish, I think Danish. But the part that was most offensive of all was the fact that it was sang in Farsi. Well, Farsi, what's that? That is sung by people from Muslim countries like Islam, like Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, different places like that. And even more so offensive was the fact that they showed a female citizen of America in her Islamic garb. Now, people may say, well, aren't you contradicting yourself? You preach against Islam. Yes, I do, because of its falsehood. The issue is the fact that this song was done in such as a tribute to the uniqueness of the United States. And for that, I do not decry it at all. In fact, it sounds very beautiful. That song sounds very beautiful in many languages. Just like the American national anthem sounds very beautiful in different languages. And for the longest time, I didn't understand why people are saying, well, the Tea Party is getting out of hand, this and that. I became very apparent of it this morning. And I called a friend out, or an acquaintance, out on the carpet on it. I said, look, we do not have a set national anthem, or national language. Although English is our primary, I do not agree with having to push one to speak English. But those are side notes to what took place. The thing is that people are talking about, well, protocol, that song should only be sang, because it's a patriotic song, it should only be sang in English. Okay, we want to talk protocol. Let's talk about the American flag. My question to you out there is, how many of you have a hat, a shirt, a coat, a jacket, a t-shirt that has the American flag emblazoned on it? And when I mean emblazoned on it, is it either stitched, it is printed, silkscreen, whatever you want to call it. You can put your hands down now. You want to talk about protocol. And the reason I bring this whole issue up, I do not claim to be the most patriotic American there is. But those of you that know me very well, that there's two things I'm very passionate about. It's about my Christianity and about America. Which means I know protocol when it comes to doing fireworks, to doing 4th of July celebrations, and most importantly, I know the importance and the different types of American flags there are, and the protocol that goes with it, and including the proper handling, folding, and wearing thereof. I will not claim to be an expert, but these are things that I was taught in elementary, junior high, and high school. And this was at a public school. Because to handle the flag is to show honor, to show respect. So now getting back to protocol of the American flag. Most of you may not realize it, but for anybody other than a military, police officer, firemen, paramedics, anybody in the government designated as such, are allowed to wear the American flag on their uniform, on their clothing, in a respectful manner. Anyone else, including you and me, absolutely not. You say, well, I'm just showing my American pride. It is showing disrespect. It is showing, how would you call it? What's the commonality? What I mean by commonality is not the correct word. When you do not show honor to something where it is due, you become too accustomed to it. It loses its meaning to a certain degree, and that is part of this reason. Now, tying this all into the football game, this is what I presented. If you want to talk about protocol and doing things patriotic correctly, you go tell the NFL and those NFL players to take that American flag off the back of their helmet, because they have not earned the right to wear that flag. They are not putting their lives on the line. That is part of the requirement. Public servants that put their lives on the lines are the ones that earn the privilege and the honor of wearing the American flag. So when you want to talk about protocol, when you want to talk about American culture, when you want to talk about showing respect and patriotism, don't whitewash it under political bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. If someone is in America legally, if they are a natural born citizen, and no, I don't agree with Satanists, I don't agree with Hindus, but being upset because an American Muslim is singing a patriotic American song is the most hypocritical bullshit excuse of a Christian I've ever heard. And what's even more sad to say is that I have an adopted brother who is an Indian Muslim, or Bangladesh Muslim, I should say. And you say, well, how can that happen? Because my dad reached out to these people, and they consider him their father and the grandfather of their son and daughter, who, because my dad reached out to them, their son, my nephew, is a Christian, 14 years old, and his Muslim father allows him to be a Christian. But even more so is the fact that Sammy is so devout a Muslim that he gets up at midnight, and if I remember correctly, if I understand correctly, prays for an hour at midnight because he's that devout. And you say, well, what does that got to do with everything? Because a lot of this rhetoric is coming from the Christian community. Well, part of the Christian community. The people that are screaming about this and upset about this, how many of them are that devout that they get up every night or every day? How many of them spend an hour a week in prayer? I would really like to know. Because Sammy's got more devotion than I actually do. I'll honestly say, to my shame, that Sammy spends more time in prayer than I do as a Christian. As devout a Christian as I am, he still puts me to shame as a Muslim. Now there's some food for thought, people. Wake up. God bless. Have a wonderful week.